Have you ever felt like you're too much for some people? And so you hold back from sharing your gifts? Or maybe you've been playing it safe. You're holding back your ideas, your creativity, your voice, your story. Maybe because you're afraid of being judged or misunderstood. And I get it, because I used to do the same. But the truth is, hiding who you really are doesn't protect you. And instead, it drains your energy, your confidence, and your joy. In this episode, we will talk about what happens when you stop waiting for approval from others and instead you finally give it to yourself. You give yourself the permission to be who you really are and to do what you love. Because you're not here to hide. You're here to live fully and to share your voice. Welcome to Realizations with Clarissa, where productivity meets well-being. I'm Clarissa Dunan, and as a mother, wife, entrepreneur, and leader, I know how overwhelming it can be to build success while also staying healthy, fulfilled, and present for your loved ones. That's why I created this podcast, to share my realizations and one core truth: that well-being is the foundation of success, happiness, strong relationships, and impact. Here we'll talk about mindset, habits, and simple shifts that bring more energy, calmness, and joy into your life and work. Enjoy the show. I used to stay quiet because I was afraid of sharing my ideas. I was afraid of being judged, of being misunderstood. I was even afraid of outshining others. If I had brilliant ideas and others got intimidated, then they won't like me. I was afraid of being rejected, disowned, not accepted, not belonging anymore. So because of this fear, I stayed in a box that other people expected me to be in. So I talked in a way that doesn't offend anyone. I made sure that I don't look like I'm too much. I didn't even wear my favorite clothes because I wanted to always blend in. I didn't want to stand out. I wanted to make sure that people like me. I played it safe. And because I lived inside that box, I felt so scared to do the things that actually excited me, like sharing my ideas, helping people on a bigger scale, like what I'm doing right now with this podcast. I never saw myself back then that I could do this because I had a very strong fear. I was afraid of launching another business while I'm still in my original business because of the expectations that other people had of me or the expectations I had of myself. I was scared of following my heart, my passion, because I had to live within the limits of those expectations. And because of that, of course, I didn't feel fulfilled because I felt like I was suppressing a very important part of me. And it caused some resentment as well, additional judgment on myself, like, Clarissa, why can't you just be brave and just do it anyway? Just follow your heart. So I've had this conversation with myself for many years, but it didn't work. It was like I was living in a cage, that I was not allowed to do what I wanted. I was not allowed to be who I want to be. I was not allowed to be who I am. I was literally waiting for the world to give me the permission to do what I love. I didn't know I was doing that. I thought that I really needed people to say, hey, Clarissa, it's okay. Follow your heart. Do what you love. I needed to hear their permission, each and every one of them. My husband, my mentors, people I work with, people on social media. And if I didn't get their permission, I didn't have the courage to take a step forward to the life that I wanted. And I know that I'm not the only one who experienced that. I've talked to so many people who are still actually experiencing that. That's why I'm here to share what's helped me. It's a very common mistake of us humans to hide our gifts for us to feel safe, accepted, or quote unquote humble. That's why we avoid visibility. We don't share our ideas or expertise. And it's because of these thoughts that usually we're not aware of them, but they're actually the ones driving our decisions. Thoughts like, I don't want to make others feel uncomfortable. I don't want to intimidate others. I don't want to look like I'm too much or I'm too ambitious or I don't want them to think that I'm arrogant. Okay? They will think that I'm arrogant. Or the opposite could be true as well, that there are thoughts like, oh, I'm not good enough. Others are much better than me. So I'd rather shut up and hide and let the good ones do the talking. Or thoughts like, if I make a mistake, it's going to have very, very bad consequences and I won't be able to handle that. Or if I shine, I'll be rejected because I need to blend in. I need to be like everyone else. Do these thoughts sound familiar? If you can resonate with any of them, that's all right, because that's very, very common among humans. We have these thought patterns that just want us to be safe. We don't want to do anything risky or different. These thoughts, they drive us to be safe because if we do something different or unfamiliar, it would mean that it's unfamiliar territory and therefore it could be dangerous. So that's why we feel scared. But then we don't have to believe these thoughts. Otherwise, we will always be trapped in the fear of rejection, fear of not belonging, which are very common fears because, of course, we are social creatures. But then these fears don't have to dictate how we live. They don't need to keep holding us back from expressing our true gifts, reaching our full potential. And we can't really blame ourselves for thinking this way because that's how our brain is designed. And it's also programmed by past experiences. We've been shut down, we've been misunderstood, we've been shamed, we've been unfollowed, even blocked for standing out or for even trying to express yourself. And I've experienced all of that. And so the result is a lot of us hold back. We dim our light. It's like being a lighthouse, but you keep the light off and you stay unseen. So you're gifted, but you're overlooked. You're passionate, but you're muted. You have a lot of value in you, but you don't fully express it because of these fears. And what I eventually realized is that hiding your gifts doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve the people who need your gifts. And doing what you love is not a sign of selfishness or arrogance. It's alignment with who you are. It's alignment with your purpose. And when you allow yourself to be seen, to be heard, that's also when your personal growth speeds up because you're outside your comfort zone. And that's when you learn how to grow, how to adjust, and to become stronger, better, and more resilient. And that even equips you to deepen your impact, to deepen your influence. So how about you? Where have you been hiding? What have you been hiding? What's your fear? What's the worst that could happen if you come out fully as you unapologetically you, and share your voice, share your story and your gifts. Do what you love and fulfill your purpose. Speak your truth. Serve a mission that's bigger than your fear. Because that's a big mission for you to share what you've overcome. Because what you've overcome has equipped you to help people who are still struggling in those areas. The challenges you've overcome are exactly what make you qualified to help others who are still facing the same thing. And when you shine from that love for others, your genuine concern to be the light for other people, that's a very good way to shine. You're shining from your values and not from ego, not from the fear of not being enough or the fear of or the need to prove something. You're sharing from love. And of course, fear is normal, especially when you step out of your comfort zone. The fear gets stronger because, again, that's unfamiliar territory and the survivor brain becomes very active trying to protect you from quote-unquote danger. So I'd like to share with you something very useful that I've shared with the people I coach, the people I work with. And I learned this from Mel Robbins. I've read her book, The Let Them Theory. The Let Them Theory has two parts. The first one is you say, let them. Let them do the things that they do and say everything they want to say. Because these are the things that are not within your control anyway. So the more you focus on the things that are not within your control, the more that you're stuck. So you say all these things. Let them. So for example, let them say what they want. Let them have their own preferences. Let them not like me. Let them unfollow me. Let them gossip about me if that's what they want. Let them make their own choices. Because usually these things are what we're scared of, right? And let them do that. Let them say that. And then the second part is you say, let me. Let me do the things that are within my control. This is what moves you forward. So for example, let me make my own choices. Let me follow my heart. Let me do what I love. Let me share my gifts. Let me share my story with those who resonate with me. Let me grow as a person and as a leader. Let me be bigger than my fears. Let me fulfill my purpose. How does that sound? For me, that's very empowering, and that immediately shifts me to a positive mood instead of that negative, stressful mood of being consumed by what other people think or say about us. So it's your turn. You can pause this episode so you can say your let them and let me. When we operate from this authenticity, we express our authentic passion, who we are, we do what we love. That's very high energy and people can feel that. And the natural consequence is that people are attracted to us because they see something that's really alive in us. And we don't need to please everyone, only the people who are ready to hear our message, who can resonate with our story. And when we express our message from our heart, expressing our love and genuine concern for other people and being aligned with who we truly are, it means that we're enjoying what we do. And when we enjoy it, of course, it's sustainable. We can do it over and over and over again, maybe for the rest of our lives, because it's enjoyable. And because it's coming from your heart, it has a deeper impact and influence. People can feel when it's coming from your heart. People can see your light. So your light is helping other people. So it's safe and it's right to shine. And it's not shining in a way that your ego wants you to shine, like, oh, I want to be seen, oh, I want to look important or feel important. No, you're shining in a way that you become the light to others. You give hope to others. You inspire others. You also give others the permission to be who they are and to do what they love because it started from you. You gave yourself permission to do exactly that. And I know that there's so much in you that you can share with other people. And I discovered that when I just stepped out of my head, stepped out of my comfort zone. I stopped hiding. I started showing up even when I was scared. And then everything shifted. My confidence grew. My enjoyment in what I do. I'm excited every day because it's something that's really coming from my heart and it's aligned with who I am. And so I have a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment every day. And I see the impact that I'm making one life at a time. And I hope that you too will see that potential in you. So I have some quick action steps for you. Ask yourself, number one, in what way are you hiding? And what's one way you can show up fully this week? Maybe you can try in your next meeting or in your next social media post, share one idea that you have been holding back. It's time to show up fully and courageously. And action number 2 is, on your journal, write your let them and let me statements and say them out loud and notice the shift in you. I'm so excited for you to also show up fully as who you are and do what you love. And if you need support in that area, if you want to uncover what you're still hiding and to uncover what's been holding you back, what are those fears, those thoughts, those limiting beliefs? Or maybe you want to know how you can be more and more of your true self, the one that you're meant to be. Book your free coaching consultation. Go to my website, clardencoaching.com, and book a call today. Perhaps I'll see you then. If you enjoy the episode, share it with someone who might need it. And subscribe or leave a review. It will really help spread the message. Until next time, remember, your well-being comes first.